Afternoon. Good afternoon. Anita Dawn here from Cell Pilates and Anita Dawn Wellbeing. I'm so excited to tell you what I've got planned for next week. So let's take it back to why. I'm on a mission to get women over 60 stronger. And I feel that the programs that are out there at the moment, well, first of all, women aren't doing strength training, and it's so important so that they maintain their independence as they get older, but also they can carry on doing the things that they love, need and want to do on a daily basis. So that's really important. A lot of people seem to think that walking is sufficient, but that is more of a cardiovascular exercise, strengthening the heart and the lungs. So we need to be looking at the muscles. Again, a lot of women are worried about bulking up, but they don't realize that they're not going to unless they really do lift a lot of weight and do a lot of sets there. Okay, and also it takes a lot of hard work, and the nutrition also is part of that, isn't it? Yeah. So I just feel that, so why me? Because I realized I got into strength training 40 years ago, I got into strength training. Yeah. How? First of all, because I suffered from an eating disorder, and I was searching for ways to get through that. And then I felt that I thought I had a weight problem and kept putting on weight, losing weight, and yo-yo dieting basically. But on one of my trips to the States, I realized that one of the key ingredients to stabilizing one's eating behaviors and also to stop us putting on weight is to strength train. So then I realized that when I got stronger, that it really benefited the sports that I did. And I'm a very sporty person and always like to stay, of course, injury-free. All right. So I realized that out there, I don't see a program that's really specific to women over 60 that's functional. Back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, why do we exercise? We go to a class because we want to enjoy it, we want to feel good, we want to feel we burnt some calories and maybe ache a little bit the next day, but we don't really think about whether it's functional or not. So it really is. Now, as we get older, there's a lot of things we want to do, and we have to think, is this going to benefit me in my everyday life and to do what I really want to do? Will it help me to tick off my bucket list? And I'm seeing some horrendous things out there. There is one, I'm not mentioning any names, there is one person who's become very, very popular, very famous on social media, and naming some of his programs for seniors. And that person has been doing what we consider for the last 20 years to be contraindicated, not just for older people, but for people in general. And that is forward flexion with rotation. Just a really a no-no exercise. I would never do it, and I'm not even going to show it to you. So if you want me to demonstrate, just put me a little comment and I will get a video of someone else doing it. Okay. And then again, I've also seen that there's a lot of, we got to warm up the shoulders, and a lot of arms up here and mobilizing the shoulders and the arms, but that's not particularly functional. So when do we want to keep our arms for a long time in that period, in that position? All right. So I'm just going to show you the value of anchor point training, and it's using an anchor point. Yeah, you have something to stop it coming through the door, and all you need is a door, a little bit of space. And I have two set up here. I have a high anchor and a medium anchor, and I just want to show you the functionality of using the anchor point. And it makes the exercises so functional, and the ones that we're doing at the moment traditionally are not functional at all. So let me start off by talking about the chest press. Yeah. So a lot of times we do it on the floor, and I know particularly women very weak on the wrists. It's really good to strengthen up the wrists, but there are other ways rather than just overloading it in that against gravity there. And is it functional? If we're going to get strong in that position, so when do we want to be strong in that position on a 4-point kneeling? If I were to use a FlexiBand, let me just go and get a FlexiBand, guys. All right, so if I have a FlexiBand here and I can put it around my chest, and I can do a chest press here. Yeah, so that's really functional, really friendly on the wrist. But when do I want to be strong here and not be challenged here? Yes, so it's important that we work those two together in a functional way. So I want to show you what we do with anchor point. So I have here a band. It's the equivalent, it's the easiest one, and they're 1 meter bands, and I've just got it doubled over here. So from here, I'm doing a chest press, and I'm working my core. This is pretty hard here standing upright, so I might just modify the feet to start with, but I'm really working my core and my chest as well in a very functional position, and I don't have to worry about my wrists. Okay, going on to the row. So when can we do rows? If we use dumbbells, we have to bend over and do rows that way. Well, how functional is that? And then you have the problems, maybe you do it one arm, then you have the problems of the body position, and how many people hang there and they're not really putting weight on that hand. Also, perhaps in a class or with FlexiBands, we use the foot as an anchor point, feet as an anchor point. So we're not really working the core in a functional position. We're flexed at the hips there. And when do we really want to have strength in that position? So with the anchor point training, really very, very functional. First of all, here we can work all the way through the back muscles at different angles. Yes, so we can move the anchor any position we want to. So here I've got my rowing. I'm working through to the middle, the rhomboids, and through the lats. But what about the lower lats? So I've got a higher anchor here, and I can then pulling down and back and really beautifully working into my lower lats, but I can also add some very functional extension through the upper body there. All right, a great position for the wrists while I'm doing that, and I can work the anchor wherever I want to, and I can do a low row as well. So what's not to love about that? Going on to abdominals. So where do we do abdominals? I've got two things that bother me here. Okay, we lie on the floor and we do curls. All right, curls. So we're going from neutral spine into flexion. We're getting tighter here. We're already tight here. Yeah, we don't want to make it worse. When I get people to do some back stretching, like for example, I'm doing some thoracic extension, where do they feel it? They feel it in the chest because they're tight here. So that's where I use a ball and I use full range, yeah, which is more functional than what we are doing without the ball. But still, what's the value of core strength lying on the floor? So the great thing about the anchor point, and again, I'd probably take a higher one here, and I can work all my abdominal muscles in a very functional position. Because if I'm pulling, and if I'm pulling and pushing and doing things standing, I want to be strong in this position, correct? And also it just helps with the balance. So what am I doing here? Okay, abs. So I would start off with a split stance, but if I have my feet together, I can start with slight extension here, and that is actually quite tight on double, so I'm going to make it easier. So this is a 5 kilo band. If I have it double, it's the equivalent to 10 kilos, and here I've got 5 kilos. So from here, I'm just gently tightening here, and I can also go into slight extension and then pull down. From inhale, nice controlled extension through the spine, and people can do this seated in a chair, and they don't have to particularly do it in a standing position. I can work my obliques as well in a nice functional position where I open at the hip joint. I can do some rotation as well. So and you can change the exercise according to where you stand, how long the band is, and where the anchor point is. And then we've got beautiful chops. Chops are really nice exercise, very, very functional for the abdominals here. So I'm just pulling down, working through the chops from up to down, and then I would have the anchor point lower down. I might have it lower than that, and I would want a single band, but this is a double, and then I could do the chops going upwards. Yeah, so what's not to love about that, guys? And my clients are just loving this. We're doing it outside as well. I put the bands around a tree. I have more heavy duty bands when I'm doing it outside. Okay, so that is why I have at the moment, it's a free program, and it is based for women over 60. But you want to get stronger before you need start planning your later life in your 40s and 50s. And it's a Facebook group. It's a public group. You can all hop on it, and it's called Move More, Age Less 2021. You can do a search on Facebook, and anyone can join. But if you're not suitable for the program, I can remove you. So don't just go along to be nosy. Make sure that it's something that's really, is really appropriate to you. Alrighty. So that's what I'm doing next week. And that program is actually 3 times a week. In the morning, I do cardio. Lunchtime, I do strength training. And in the evening, I do flexibility. This is also great for flexibility. And I'll be showing you in the 5:30 class going forward next week. And they are on the Facebook page. So if you can't make it at the time, 8:30, 12:30, and 5:30, then you can watch them in your own time. So I'm going to take one muscle group each day through the week, Monday through to Friday, and then on the Saturday at 10 o'clock, I'm going to put it all together into a masterclass, which is on Zoom. And then there's a little bit of teaching going on there, making sure people are doing it safe. And you also got that community feeling before and after the class. Yes, so I know that last Saturday I stayed about an hour afterwards chatting to people on Zoom. All right, guys, so Anita Dawn from Sail Pilates, as you can see here, signing off. All right, well, thank you for watching, and do check out my program. Yes, and if you're not in that age category, or maybe you're the husband, then do tell your partners, tell your family, your colleagues and your friends about this, because you have to be doing this, particularly now in lockdown. And that's a great thing. You can do this at home. I also have an in-studio program for when we're out of lockdown, because I have anchor points on the wall all around me, and it's a small group training. Okay, and I'm in Southwest Manchester. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching. I think I've gone over time, and I hope to see you on my Facebook page from tomorrow. It's 8:30 in the morning. All right, and it's free. Listen, it's free. So this is amazing, and it's only for January. It's actually a 31-day January challenge, but you can join anytime. Anytime. Okay. All right, listen, you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and thanks for watching. And as I say, I hope to see you online soon.